Welcome to the Rob and Kale Show. Rob Sanders.
His own mother slapped the stork that delivered him.
And Kale Hall.
He doesn't deserve to be in this business. He deserves to have been blackballed.
The Rob and Kale Podcast.
And welcome in to the Rob and Kale Podcast. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining me this evening here on the show. I'm only half of this show. Like sometimes it's the better half is in the upstate. My better half is sitting on the couch over there, but my better podcast half is in the upstate. That is Carolina Jackpot, the #1 Gamecock YouTuber on the planet. Kale Hall, what's up, brother?
Yes, sir. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everyone's had a great day. If you went out and celebrated Halloween, went out trick-or-treating or whatever, that you were safe. And that's about over with now. Thank God I turned off the lights in here. I pulled the blinds down, shut everything off, and my fucking dog still had to bark at every damn. I swear a leaf could blow by and this dog would lose his mind. But hey,
Yeah.
at least we're not going to get broken into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that Ziggy would probably eat somebody if they had to, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure he would. He can get mean. Jerome Pruitt says he's in Hendersonville, North Kakalaki. Are you just visiting there, or is that actually where your permanent residence is? That's very interesting. I didn't know we had a Hendersonville.
Jerome lives in Columbia, so.
He might be up there.
I'm sorry, Jackpot. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Begging Megan with the super chat there, giving us $9.99, saying he never doubted his dogs for a minute. Megan, I can use this term. You, sir, are a fucking liar, and I have audio that proves that. But you have bought that segment there saying that you never doubted them. So, yeah, okay. You'll get a chance to call in a moment. We got to thank our sponsors, Callaway's Bar and Grill. They sponsor the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge. By the way, looking at it, the standings right now, and I tell you what, Jackpot, the standings are tightening up a little bit here. Christian Young had a good week, though, with 7 correct picks, and he is leading this thing with 57 points, followed by David Nelson and Gary Mills. And then I have moved into the top 5, Jackpot. Look at that mess, right? Jackpot is right on my heels, though. You had another good week with a big 6 there, Jackpot.
Yeah, we both would have had 7s if, Florida State. If Florida State had just thrown a fucking Hail Mary instead of trying this oot-de-oot bullshit, we would have both had 7s. But as it were, we really need some of y'all there. I'm about to get hot this time of year. Need somebody to step up. Thrills Mills is right there. Need you to step on up there and challenge Christian Young. He's a fucking Clemson fan. We don't want a damn Clemson fan winning this contest. They won't spend that money wisely. So we really need. We're counting on you.
All right, so average score was a 4 in this week, but Baylor Man got an 8. That was the highest, was an 8 this week.
Wow!
Shout out to my wife Karen for getting a 7.
Can you? I don't know. You probably can't right now because it would take too long. But I wonder how many people took Ohio State. I bet it was almost the entire fucking crew.
Actually, I have those numbers in front of me. Only 27 people correctly predicted Penn State. So
that's a lot. That's a lot more than I thought.
So 69 responses went for Ohio State. Everybody got fucked on Miami and Pitt. 21 people got that correct. So 75 missed that pick. We did have 2 people pick Clemson and Florida State as the push. So that's interesting. And North Texas in the side dish only had 33 correct. So yeah.
Yeah, I was 1.
Yeah, fuck them. Fucking side dish fucking with us. I'm not fucking. Those fucking Kale Hall specials are horrible. I mean, they really are. Anyway, Callaway's Bar and Grill, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. We're going to have our live show there on Black Friday. the day after Thanksgiving. We'll have some more details on that on the Wednesday night show. I will be there. Jackpot will be there. We're going to have trivia and fun and pick our games and do it all live. It's going to be a great, great time at Callaway's Bar and Grill out in West Columbia. Highway 1 diagonal from the Walmart. Folks that are coming into town for the Florida game this weekend, you can get Callaway's to take care of your tailgating. They will put together a tailgate platter for you. Just call Callaway's. Go to their website, callawaysbarandgrill.com. Also, we have Dennis Wilson from DNC Trucking and Transport, the No Spin Zone segment, giving us, it's not a spin zone, it's fireside chats with Uncle Jackpot. Jackpot tells us some stories every show. Jackpot, read away.
This hasn't been the No Spin Zone segment in a year.
I know, I messed up.
It sucks to be a Gamecock. I was going to be a South Carolina football player with a national title. No one had that. It's a costume that does not exist. If South Carolina was a Halloween candy, they would without a doubt be candy corn or circus peanuts. I like circus peanuts. We may not win a game the rest of the season. We are an absolute shithole. It forever sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. We appreciate Dennis sponsoring the program. Let's jump right into it, Jackpot. A couple of things here that we're going to get started with. Of course, probably the biggest game in the SEC was the Florida-Georgia game. And, despite what some people say, that they weren't really liking Florida at one point, liking Georgia at one point. It was pretty much all dogs.
And the flashes are popping there out in the middle of the field, and that's the ball game as the clock hits 0. Georgia took over this ball game in the second quarter when they scored 24 unanswered points.
Yeah, Georgia wins 34-7. Your thoughts on that game, Jackpot?
Well, the final score doesn't surprise me, but I thought Florida, they did okay, hung around a little bit there in the first 20 minutes of that game. It was pretty tight, but I don't know. Georgia didn't look loose, and then they looked a lot better after after it was 10-0, and they started really laying the smack down on Florida. So and I think your score prediction was 30-10, and that wasn't too far off. Not too far off.
You want to know an interesting stat for this game, Jackpot? Florida outgained Georgia 355-354. They got 194 yards through the air, 161 on the ground. Georgia got 161 through the air and 193 on the ground. Isn't that just, weird with the numbers there? And Florida outgained them by a yard, but lost the game by 27 points because of, that whole they both had 3 turnovers. Man, Georgia dominated the shit out of this game. They were, at 0 on the turnover margin, and they didn't hold the ball as long. Florida had the ball longer than they did. If you just looked at that from that perspective, you'd think that Florida would have been a lot closer than this, but Georgia beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, it was those turnovers, and just poor play on that side of the ball. So, whatever you got to do, if Georgia had actually played better, Stetson Bennett didn't play well in this game. He didn't play well. If they'd actually played well, good Lord, could you imagine what the score would have been?
Yeah, Bennett on the day, 10 of 19, 161 yards. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. So that wasn't exactly the banner Stetson Bennett day. But Billy's got the great comment there. The only one stat counts. They won by 27 points.
Mm-hmm.
So,
a lot of not love for South Carolina over in the comment section. Doubt South Carolina beats Florida. I've got Gamecock fans, doubting South Carolina. What the fuck? Is there not any goddamn confidence in the team whatsoever? Jesus Christ. Fucking a 19-point underdog. This is just fucking ridiculous. This is piss poor. It's ridiculous. I'm just sick of this fucking season, man. I am sick of it. I mean, I knew going in that it wasn't going to be a great year, but when you're having to sit here and you watch your team get kicked in the dick by Texas A&M when they beat the shit out of you last year, you would think you'd at least fucking show up this year and make the thing somewhat fucking competitive. But what do? You go out and you get your fucking ass kicked again. I mean, what's it going to fucking take? Round over.
I'm fucking mad.
Yeah.
Fuck my life. Fuck it.
Sorry, Jackpot. I couldn't help myself. Yeah. We'll talk a little bit more about the South Carolina matchup in a second, but something that we kind of agreed upon was that Kentucky is a shithole and Mississippi State and the Pirate put it to them.
In the immortal words of the iconic Jack Bristol, wrap it in maroon and white. State knocks off number 12 Kentucky here at Davis Wade Stadium, 31-17.
Yeah.
Over in the comment section, Biscuit says talent. South Carolina has talent. Are they loaded with talent? No, they have talent, especially on the defensive side of the football. There's 2 5-stars on the defensive side of the football. One of them's been on a fucking milk carton all year. Him being Jordan Birch. I mean, I don't know what this kid's been doing all year. The highlight of his season was throwing a damn interception. Over on the offensive side of the football, we've got a 1,100-yard rusher from last year, an offensive line that paved the way for him to do that last year. You know, their blocking schemes, I don't know, what the fuck they're teaching these kids. I don't know what kind of play calling they've got going on. But, I mean, I've watched some just breakdowns, just some film, just watch some plays. You don't because everybody focuses on the quarterback, the wide receiver, your skill position. Nobody really watches the offensive line. I went back and just watched some of these plays. You've got 2 or 3 guys tripling down on the nose guard, or two or three guys trying to kick this defensive end. I mean, what the fuck is that? I know that's not the damn blocking scheme. That's not. I know that's not what you're supposed to be doing in that play, but I don't think they can figure it out. I think the offense is too complex, and I think they need to dumb shit down a little bit.
I agree, and I talked with Tim Frisbee, the former wideout for them, and he said that basically, here's a thought: have 5 plays and get just those 5 plays, and make sure those are all great. And just because at this juncture, what does it matter? I mean, you're not trying to out scheme anybody. You're not, just have 5 good running plays and 5 good passing plays.
Yeah,
and then get those great. Yeah,
Savell Newton said the same thing last week too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, he was interviewed by Mike Uva over on the Gamecock Central. So,
yeah, well, two former wide receivers that kind of know their stuff. So anyway, Kentucky is what we thought they were, and SEC Dog and I normally are at each other's throat, but he's right. I did call him out several weeks ago. You got to stick to basketball.
Hall & Oates says, "Did you see Shane Beamer dressed as a Chick-fil-A worker?" I did see that on Twitter. Because at the beginning of the season, somebody had a parody of a bunch of all these SEC coaches and what their job may be or whatever. Like Kirby Smart was like a history teacher. Ed Orgeron was like, I don't know what it was. Sam Pittman was barbecue pit master. What was Sam? Ed Orgeron was waste management. But what it was, but Shane Beamer dressed up like a Chick-fil-A worker for Halloween today, and everybody tweeted it out. I wanted to quote tweet the thing and say, quit playing fucking dress up and go get with your damn offensive coordinator. But yeah. Because everybody loved it. Everybody was like, "Oh, coach, that's the greatest thing ever. Oh, that's awesome, man. You rock. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT. What the fuck has he done to be the GOAT? Come on, man."
I'll tell you this in a second. Let's read him Billy Paul's super chat. He says, "I'm going to live vicariously through UGA winning and the Braves winning. No way a Northern team shall win the Natty ever again." Ohio State looks pretty good, buddy. I'm not knocking them too much, man. They look pretty good. By the way, Jackpot, I didn't tell you this. I DJ'd a party last night, and Eric Kimry was there. Gamecock assistant coach was at the party.
Okay.
That's kind of interesting. He was just there hanging out in a pair of blue jeans and a T-shirt. I guess they had the day off. I don't know. They need to be recruiting 24/7. I know there's a dead period now, I think. But anyway. So there's that. One final call before we get to taking some calls. Auburn. They got the best of Ole Miss.
Auburn 31, Ole Miss 20.
Yeah, exactly. We both got that game correct. So there's that. There's that. I mean, it's the West is kind of coming down to the Iron Bowl the way it's.
I gotta admit, I hate to see it, but Auburn may be the second best team over in the West. I hate it, but facts are facts.
Clemson in our contest, Hall and Oates. Yes, who had the backdoor cover for Clemson? We had our line was at 10, so it was a push. A fucking push.
Got that push.
Yeah, the game was a fucking push. Yeah, I bet you fucking push. All right. I'm gonna open up the phones here in a second. Let me get the phone system up here.
The Biscuit said Ole Miss is missing 7 starters on offense. So is Georgia. Shouldn't matter.
That's a good point, Jackpot. Look at people already calling. I haven't even posted the number yet. All right, hold on. Good evening. Welcome into the show.
Hey, I want to talk Kentucky football real quick and ask y'all a question. I'll get off here.
Wait a minute. Hold on now. It's basketball season for you guys, right? Isn't that where we're at?
Well, just hear me out now. Kentucky decided to go for Halloween as Kentucky of old. And instead of asking for candy, we asked for turnovers and got a bunch of them. Now, I want to ask both of y'all a question here. Am I supposed to go on a whole milk carton or the 2% till basketball season? And I'll get off here and listen to what y'all got to say.
Well, Jackpot,
go on a buttermilk carton.
Buttermilk, or if it was a little bit closer to Christmas, we could do eggnog.
You could.
You could do eggnog. As people are remembering our phone, I'm not having enough time to put the number up here. But it's
eggnog's another one of those things too that to me that's in the candy corn, corn and the fruitcake category. It's only around once a year because it's just not very good.
803-470-2905. 803-470.
Gordon Bowman says 6 in a row against the Seminoles and covered. No, you didn't. It was a push.
A push in our contest.
Waikiki says he with super chat popped in thoughts on Gary Patterson got fired. That's it's kind of weird. Right here in the middle of the season like that. They lost yesterday to I can't remember. Was it Kansas State maybe that got them like 31-10 or something? So
something like that.
I mean, they've been having a down year. That's for sure. So, I guess it was time to just part ways. He's been there a long time. He was a good football coach. If he still wants to coach, I mean, I'm sure he'd be welcome somewhere that has an opening this year. I'm sure there's going to be a good many of them. So, yeah.
803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. I think he's a good defensive-minded coach. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. They have a really good defense at TCU, and that hasn't been the case this year. Really, I can't remember what they did last year, but I'm sure that kind of led to that. I don't know. I mean, he might make the trip up the road to Texas Tech. I mean, they might hire him. You never know. They have an opening there. So,
by the way, Tennessee is playing Kentucky this week, and if Kentucky turns the ball over 4 times against Tennessee, they're gonna fucking lose to Tennessee too.
I think they're gonna lose regardless.
What did you see the line on that yet? I haven't seen that yet.
Kentucky was favored by 3.
Shit. I mean, I don't know if that's going to work out or not.
I mean, Tennessee's coming off the bye week. I mean, I think they're going to have trouble with that tempo offense.
Yeah. All right, let's go out to the phones. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
What's up, guys? Begging Megan here.
Megan, how are you, sir?
Good. Hey, Jackpot just brought up a couple different guys on that Carolina D line.
Hold on a second.
Guys like Jordan.
Hold on. God damn it! I get you an intro. You got to wait until I play it.
Yeah, getting a lot of miles out of that one.
No shit. Go ahead.
Guys like Birch and is it Sandridge or Sandage? But those guys, those are guys that they went head to head with Georgia and Alabama for, and Carolina won those recruiting battles.
Mm-hmm.
And they're nowhere to be found. And someone on that coaching staff needs to answer for that. Do you not agree?
Well, respectfully,
Sandage, I think Sandage has been hurt all year, but to your point, he really hasn't done shit with his career. I mean, he's been there 3 years. He hasn't done anything. Jordan Birch looked more impressive last year than he has this year.
Right.
I think they're making Birch drop into coverage a little bit more than actually blitzing the damn quarterback. I think that's a little bit of it too. If you watch some of it, they got him dropping back a little bit, it looks like, but he needs to just your job is to go and either hit the running back or hit the damn quarterback. Fuck this coverage shit. So,
and that's my point. That's fine to drop him back, but I mean, what's he made to do? What did you bring him there to do? Surely that's not it.
Yeah.
Well, in high school at Hammond, he actually played running back too. At this point, put him in there at fucking running back. I mean, he was a good running back at Hammond too. So I'm not saying that, but at this point, man, I mean, the season's kind of in a shitter. I hate to be that way, but that's kind of where it's at.
Yeah, and the frustrating thing for Carolina, well, among many others, but is the Florida game is there for the taking. The Clemson game is there for the taking. And the fact is, you're probably just a little bit too crappy to pull it off still. I mean, that's got to be the feeling. Am I not right, Jackpot?
Yeah, probably so. I think South Carolina actually probably match up with Clemson a little bit better than Florida. Florida probably got a little bit too much speed at skill positions for Carolina, but I don't know. But then again, Florida does like to throw interceptions. They turn the ball over a lot. South Carolina's got the SEC's leading interception guy, Jalen Foster back there. So,
well, nobody would love to see you beat Florida more than I, sir.
I agree. It's just
I will get. We can get you a Gamecock tube top for this week if you'll wear it. Not a problem, sir.
Yeah, I thought you already had one coming my way, but yeah, if you haven't,
I didn't know if you wanted like the black sequins and the red top where it just says Cox on it, or did you want the black top with the red sequins?
Garnet.
Oh, it's fucking red. Shit.
As long as it says Cox, just surprise me.
Very good, sir. Very good. Congratulations to you. I know the Florida game is a huge, huge game to you, even though, let's just be honest, that was probably the 5th toughest game on your schedule. Florida is a shithole.
Yeah, and like Jackpot said, Stetson Bennett played rather horribly, which I kind of smelled that coming. I have to remind myself when it comes to this game that Mark Richt is not coaching anymore, and I can relax a little bit. But I know that anytime Bennett takes the field, there's a potential for total disaster. And I mean, the guy completed 10 passes, 2 interceptions. That's just, and not only that, but the 2 interceptions were just inexcusable. Those were horrible, horrible throws. I could see one that's tipped over the middle, something like that, but that wasn't the case. He's awful. And if we don't get JT Daniels, go ahead.
Did you hear any of Dan Mullen's press conference yesterday after the loss? He he acted like a real clown.
The only thing worse than what he puts on the field is what comes out of his mouth every time.
I mean, he just
he's a total. He just made excuse after excuse. He said, "Well, we beat him last year." He wants everybody to remember.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Last year.
Okay, this is this year. So.
Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Eric with a good comment online. I guess JT is never going to play again. You know, he played in 3 games this season. I'm not trying to throw any shade out there, but at this juncture, if he's still hurt, he might as well redshirt and come back next year and save the year. That would make the most sense if he's still hurt. He doesn't have enough tape for an NFL thing.
Yeah, except for what we got going on this year. You know, this is a special year, and if he can step in and make it, you know, put us over the top, you would think he would do that. But I get where you're coming from, though.
Well, but
I don't know what the deal is with him. I mean, I don't know if he's just really had a lot of bad luck, if he's injury prone, or if he's just soft. I don't know what the deal is with that guy.
I'm going to ask you this, and I'm not trying to troll. I'm not trying to troll you here, Megan, but if he's healthy for next week's game, who do you guys play next week?
Missouri.
Okay, well, Missouri's a shithole too, but if he's healthy for next week, that'd probably be the game to go because you'll have some time to get in there and, you know, maybe knock some rust off. Would you rather him go or Stetson Bennett at this point? Because he's going to be rusty. There's going to be some of that, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Missouri's a perfect game to where you can afford a screw up or two probably. But the bottom line is we're not beating, whether it's Alabama or well, more than likely Alabama, we're not beating them with Stetson Bennett. So put him in there and get as many reps as possible. You know, that's your best bet, obviously. So
yeah, well, we'll see how that works out for you because and I've said this before. I think Georgia's the best team in the country, but I think your defense is one of the best that I've seen in probably the past decade. I mean, it's just super stout. And it'd be a shame for them not to at least have an opportunity to have that defense on a national stage. So, but you're going to have to beat Alabama most likely in the SEC championship game. And after you watch Bennett, I mean, we goof, but he doesn't look like a championship caliber quarterback. He really doesn't.
No, he's not. He's absolutely not. Yeah. This whole thing rests on the health of JT Daniels. It's frustrating knowing we do have an unreal defense, and we feel like we've played the entire year with one hand behind our back when it comes to the offense. You know, so just typical Georgia. It's right in your face, but you can't grab it type deal. So, hey guys, I got to run. I'll let you go.
All right, Megan, thanks for calling the program. 803-470-2905 as the calls are rolling in this evening, Jackpot.
Sorry, I disappeared for a minute there. I had to go to the bathroom and I couldn't find my dog. He ran out of here when I started. Huh?
I was about to say you couldn't find the sink.
I couldn't find my dog. I started yelling while going throwing stuff. He got scared and ran off, and I found him back there in my room, curled up in the middle of my bed.
Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening.
Good evening. How you gentlemen doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. So I just wanted to call in and just chime about these last couple of games for South Carolina, and I am totally for sure that we could go bowling this year, and especially being on this bye week. The Florida game is going to be so crucial in the seeing if we can win out these next couple of games, because we can beat Missouri and we can definitely beat Clemson. So I'm just hoping that this bye week makes everyone healthy and we have a solid game plan to beat Florida, because they're definitely not a good team, but if you give them interceptions and stuff like that, they'll use that to their advantage and they can score points on the board. Not like South Carolina where it's just you're 3 and out kind of thing. So it's going to take a big effort on special teams, offense, and defense, and who wins up front. Maybe we see some more. I would like to see some special teams trickery in this game. Just hoping that we have a game plan that they don't see coming is what I really want to see in this game, and I'm hoping that they're dialing up all sorts of plays that's going to catch them off guard.
All
So
right,
that's
buddy, I
my 2
appreciate
cents
you.
on that. And same thing with Missouri and the Clemson game, going into every single game and executing the game plan.
Well,
all right. Thanks for calling the program, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, lots of interesting points there, Jackpot.
yeah, I mean, as doo-doo as our offense has been all year long, if you would think there was a game plan to catch somebody off guard, you would think that someone would have come up with it before now, maybe. Yeah,
maybe.
Just a thought.
Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Yes, I'm back. I guess I got
yes,
guys,
yeah,
recalled the number.
Hold on now. We've given you your chance, man. We got lots of people that want to call, but I appreciate you calling though, okay?
Okay, cool. Thank you guys. You guys have a great night.
All right, appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
All right, there we go. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you would like to join the program this evening. Some of the comments over there, JT wasn't ready to play, folks. No Chi-Com plot. Guy had less than 100 throws in 2 weeks. Yeah. I don't know if he said win out or not, Larry. That's a good point. Yeah. By the way, we didn't really talk about the Clemson game. God, Clemson offense. What a shit show. I mean, what a shit show.
Yeah, that was really bad. I mean, the ukulele, I mean, I mean, whoa, God, I thought it was a home run. He hit on a couple of passes, but, other than that, I mean, just, I don't know. And this Shiflett guy, I mean, he racked up a lot of rushing yards. What did he do? What did they give him? Like 30 fucking carries? I mean, he ran the ball a lot.
Welcome into the program. Good evening.
How's it going, y'all? Bluegrass Sports Media.
Hey, man, I told you, we can talk during basketball season. Y'all are not a very good football program.
Well, I mean, listen to this. What can you talk during? Because your basketball team's absolutely horrible, and you don't play baseball very well either. So,
I guarantee you the club. Hold on. Let's once again, you're getting into an area where you're out of depth here. The Clemson baseball program's better than Kentucky. I assure you of that. And if we're going to talk football, the Clemson football team is better as well. And as far as basketball goes, Clemson's a shithole in basketball. When we talk basketball this season, I hope that you call up and you talk about all those great players that John Calipari is buying for you. The coach that's left his program on probation everywhere he went. I hope that works out well for you. I really do.
Yeah, we got way too much money to go on probation anyway.
Clemson.
Go ahead.
Clemson has a very bipolar basketball program under Brad Brownell. Clemson can knock off Duke or somebody at home when they're ranked like number 2 in the country, and then the next time they go out, they'll lose to like a 1-win Wake Forest team or something.
Clemson had a team one year that beat the North Carolina team that won the national title with Raymond Felton as the point guard. They beat the national title team by like 12 at home, but they only won 9 games on the season. I mean, it was Clemson. Clemson is a shit show for a basketball program. I mean, it really, really is. We're in basketball season, right? Our football season right now, though. And as I told you, Kentucky is not very good.
Clemson's decent in baseball. They got a Cajun cafe.
Let me ask you a question, Jack. Who looked better against Florida State, Jacksonville State or Clemson?
I didn't watch I didn't watch the whole Jacksonville State game, but that was a different Florida State team too. They weren't playing very well. I mean, they were playing better by the time Clemson games rolled around, but they looked kind of disjointed yesterday too. They hit some chunk plays, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand what that has to do with Kentucky being a shithole in football. What does that have to do with it?
What kind of shithole you have going right now at Clemson?
I hope that we go to the Mayonnaise Bowl and we get your team, because we will mop the fucking floor with your team. Write that shit down. You are not a good team, sir. You are not a good team. Your quarterback is an absolute failure. Absolute failure.
Hey, you can join the club on that one.
Our backup is better than your starter will ever dream of being. It's just for some reason we keep running this other guy out there. That's just some problem.
Real quick. Jordan Bowman over in the comment section says Clemson was the better team yesterday. A lot of missed opportunities kept that game close, but FSU is definitely improving. Yeah, you had some pass interference calls go your way too that were real questionable there, Jordan. Just saying.
Yeah, that's true too. But we're not Kentucky. We're not Kentucky.
Yeah, you are correct. You are not Kentucky because
that's right.
We are actually ranked, and you are not. You are the somehow.
You're like in one season. So
you are miraculously beating Florida State and teams like Florida State and Syracuse. So you're right. You're not Kentucky, sir. You're not on our level.
We didn't struggle with the snake. Just throwing that out there. We didn't struggle with the snake at home.
With Syracuse, they're just as bad as the snake.
Syracuse might beat your ass. You better be careful. You're not that good.
Yeah.
Syracuse is getting better.
Can you name a legitimate football team in the ACC right now besides Wake Forest?
Do I need to name anyone besides Wake Forest? What's wrong with Wake Forest? Do you not like Wake Forest?
You play a bunch of Vanderbilts every week. You eat by every week.
A bunch of Vanderbilts every week. Okay. All right.
And just because you got Clemson on the side of your helmet, everybody thinks you're good. You guys are a shitty football team.
We're not exactly where we are normally where we're supposed to be, but to say that we're a completely shitty football team is not really fair. Wake Forest is ranked in the top 25. You've also got, who was the other team that
NC State who beat you?
NC State is a good team. They would probably beat you. I mean, you're not that good.
Oh, but they beat you.
Yeah, they did. I'm not sitting here saying that Clemson's the greatest thing ever, but I know that Clemson's very good.
Let's play some win game here with the ACC, Rob. Do you think Pitt would beat Kentucky?
Yeah.
Do you think Miami would beat Kentucky?
It's me he's talking to here, buddy. Don't make me hit the mute button.
Would Miami beat Kentucky?
Miami might not beat them because Miami's not really.
Would UNC beat Kentucky?
Yeah, I believe
Wake Forest.
Wake Forest would beat them too.
Syracuse.
Syracuse would be close. It'd be close.
Virginia Tech.
No, I think they beat Virginia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
No, I think they beat Georgia Tech too.
Duke. Never mind. Pass.
Never mind. Ass.
What about Florida State?
Florida State would hang with them, but they probably would probably beat Florida State. Florida State, not exactly.
The impending Louisville.
Oh, they got Louisville at the end of the season. I don't want you calling the program anymore if Louisville beats you, because everything will just be me laughing at you. It'll be, I mean, seriously, I will just laugh like the Halloween laugh at the end of Thriller, just laughing hysterically if you go and lose to Louisville. So don't do that. Don't let Cunningham light that ass up this year. All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll not ever happen. First off, no one in the ACC can match our physicality.
Rob, would Virginia beat Kentucky?
I don't know. We'll see.
And I like how you said Pitt would beat us, but
yeah,
Miami wouldn't. Didn't Pitt just get their fucking ass beat by Miami yesterday?
It wasn't an ass beat.
Miami was in Pitt was in a bad spot. That Pitt was sniffing. Pitt was sniffing their own farts.
That's the thing, sir. It's not about one game. It's about an overall team. Okay.
Oh, so you're saying it's not about the wins and losses, the teams that beat you?
No. It's not about one game. It's about the overall, the way the season has gone. Pitt's played pretty good football throughout the season. Okay. Kentucky survived and scratched to get the wins that they've got. They're not. It's not like they're going out there and just blowing people off the ball.
Now, let me ask you this: how good was Pitt when they lost to a directional Michigan team?
I don't know. They weren't that good that day.
Yeah, and I mean,
you almost lost to a SoCon school. Don't start, man.
You
lost
to a MAC school.
You almost lost to a SoCon school.
MAC is at least FBS.
Yeah, you're losing to. You almost lost to a SoCon school.
I mean,
don't look. You need to watch your mouth. Don't make us send the Citadel up there. You don't want any of that. Jackpot's team's lost 2 out of the last 3 to the Citadel. You don't want anything to do with that.
Exactly.
Don't make me do that.
Listen, you
are you going to say something to me besides listen?
Right now, the clownness right now is ridiculous.
Listen,
you're almost as bad as these guys that have Ohio State ranked ahead of Oregon. This is the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life. How do you beat a team and then they're ranked higher than you?
Maybe it's because they played other teams that were a little bit better than the teams that you played. Maybe they don't look at things from just the perspective of
one.
Listen. That doesn't matter. Look, the head-to-head matters to a point, but if you played and struggled with the snake and everything else, but then you win the head-to-head, and then the other team they win out, but they didn't struggle with the snake. Things to think about there.
So my question is to you: if you were a team, you have 2 teams, they're both 6-1, or they both have 1 loss.
Sure.
And one team beat the other team. Who are you ranking ahead of who?
Who are the other 6 wins? And who did the other team have trouble with the snake?
No, I'm not talking about Kentucky. I'm talking about Oregon and Ohio State now.
Oh, well, Oregon and Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State's schedule, I have to look at the rest of it, but I think that they have more wins over ranked teams than Oregon has. And Oregon has a loss to a team that is not ranked. So that's a little bit different in my book.
Well, hold up, sir, because so does Alabama, and they're in the top 4.
Okay.
So,
is the team that Alabama lost to? Is the team that Alabama lost to ranked now?
They weren't when they lost.
Okay, but are they ranked now? The team that Oregon lost to is still not ranked. Do we need to go on here, or is that enough for you?
No, we need to. The point of the matter is they played a football game to see who was better, and Oregon beat them at their home field.
I get that, but they didn't lose. And Oregon's ranked, but Ohio State didn't lose to an unranked team, and they played a better schedule. Does that make sense?
I don't understand it. So you're saying the wins and losses don't matter?
Yeah, the wins and losses do matter, but you have to think about the other wins that are there as well. Ohio State's schedule.
Oregon's got a bad loss to Stanford, and they've also struggled too. They struggled with Fresno. Who else? The game with the UCLA loss, or not UCLA, the UCLA win. I mean, really doesn't look impressive. They only beat them by 3 points, and UCLA hadn't looked great. They've struggled with somebody else too, so yeah.
But
right.
Listen, here's what I'm getting at. There is a bias. Listen, if you have one of the perennial powers logo on your helmet, it does not matter what you do. If you win a few games after you lose a few games, you're going to be in the playoff.
Look, I don't like Alabama at all. But are you really saying that Alabama doesn't belong in the top 5 when they lost by a field goal on the road to Texas A&M in front of 108,000 people? Do you think that Alabama is a shithole now because they don't belong because of that?
I didn't say they're a shithole. I said they don't belong in the top 5 because there's some Power 5 teams that are undefeated.
Who would you put ahead of Alabama in the top 5 right now?
Michigan State. Michigan State.
We're all entitled to our opinion, sir. Are you high on candy corn?
It's not an opinion. It's a fact. They are undefeated. They just beat a top 10 Michigan team this week. I mean, why do we play the football game?
History means history has a little bit, especially recent history, past couple of years or whatever. I think factors into that stuff a little bit too. I think that's why Clemson stayed ranked as high as they did before they finally dropped them out. People were like, "Well, why?" But and that. So, yeah, no.
And it's complete bullshit. I mean, and there's absolutely no reason any one-loss team that's in the Power 5 should be ranked ahead of any undefeated team in the Power 5 that has.
I mean, Alabama's destroyed the people that they beat. I mean, Ole Miss was ranked. They destroyed them. Mississippi State, they weren't ranked, but they destroyed them. They beat Florida on the road. They were a ranked team. They beat Miami to open up the season. They destroyed them. Miami was a ranked team. You can't argue with the resume. You really just can't.
So let me flip it to you like Rob flips it. How many of those teams right now?
Oh goodness!
What is it with this Dennis Wilson over in the comment section? Jackpot. When was the last winning season for South Carolina? I'll wait. Yeah, it was 2018. When was the last time Miami beat South Carolina?
Bluegrass, thanks for calling.
How'd that Independence Bowl work out for you? Haven't even fucking said anything about Miami. Go blow it out your ass. Your team is irrelevant as fuck.
Yeah, Miami's not very. You're going to be losing your coach here shortly, so you got to figure out, how that's going to work out for you. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. And welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey, this is Billy.
Hi, Billy. How are you?
I'm good.
What you got for the program?
It's so hard to listen to Bluegrass. Bless his heart.
Yeah, he tries.
He has no concept of strength of schedule.
He don't know shit about fuck.
Yeah. He doesn't have any concept about. Here we go. Since this is Tennessee Kentucky week, and based on his knowledge or his rationale, if we're talking history, Kentucky's beat Tennessee 26 times in 107 years. Is that supposed to mean Tennessee's going to automatically win this week? No. But let's talk current history. Tennessee beat Missouri by 38 and South Carolina by 25. That totals 73. Based on his rationale, Kentucky beat them both by 13 points. So now you tell me who's supposed to win this game. Based on his rationale, he doesn't understand 6-1 and barely beating Missouri and Chattanooga and South Carolina.
Billy,
what is so hard to understand?
We refer to Chattanooga as the snake here on this show, but you're right.
Yeah.
In trouble with the
I'm
snake.
from there. I'm from Cleveland, UTC.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't believe it. I thought maybe they had their 3s and 4s in, but no, they had their starters in. And he gets on here after getting his ass handed to him and starts bringing up bullshit. I don't understand his logic. I don't understand it. If this was the BCS era, Kentucky wouldn't even be sniffing the top 25 because they factored in strength of schedule and how pretty of wins you got. 6-1 to the BCS wouldn't have got him because of who they played and how barely got past them.
Their best win this year has been over a team that's fired their coach.
They looked horrible the other night. Mississippi State ran through like crap through a goose. And they have no D-line and they have no O-line. I don't get it.
Yeah, they were getting that running back was shredding them.
And they were moving the ball at will, and
yeah,
I'm not talking about the player. I'm talking about where they
the Mike Leach air raid. I haven't watched a lot of Mississippi State football, but the Mike Leach air raid, I would have expected to see a lot more of a vertical passing game. I mean, they really just basically shredded Kentucky by throwing it to number 7 out of the backfield. I mean, that play worked time after time after time.
Mike Leach got the Missouri film, and he got the Chattanooga film, and he got the South Carolina film. It's when you're 6-1, 7-1, and this thing about Michigan State, get out of here. Yeah. Oh, he's asking about how much did you beat Florida by? Who cares? You know, I didn't come. Am I supposed to now say Tennessee's missing 20 scholarship players and lost 20 something to the transfer portal? No. We'll show up next week and see what happens. Tennessee will wax their ass.
Well, respectfully, if Tennessee beats Kentucky, you guys play them this week, right?
Right.
Okay, so if Tennessee beats Kentucky, in his mind, I guess Pitt beat Tennessee. So we'll just use his logic and say that Pitt could beat Kentucky. That's the way that he thinks. Yeah.
Well, he needs to think about this.
Yeah.
Tennessee hung 28 points. Carolina, don't yell at me. On South Carolina in the first quarter. Kentucky beat them by 6. Tennessee also hung 20-something on Missouri in the first quarter.
According to the Kentucky fans, they didn't open up their playbook against South Carolina.
Shit, they were in back of the playbook in the first quarter the other night. They were in back of the playbook the other night. They was pulling out all the stops.
So their main problem is their running back.
That's part of the game.
Number 24 cannot hold. That guy cannot hold on to the football.
Yeah.
Man. And as far as basketball, I noticed they were ranked preseason 18th. And oh, by the way, I'm losing my thing. The Tennessee coach, Barnes, Rick Barnes,
Coach Barnes,
owns Calipari ass. He owns Calipari's ass the last 10 years. Look it up, Bluegrass. Later.
Thank you, buddy. He has a valid point there. And by the way, Coach Barnes doesn't get caught cheating. So there's that. When Coach Barnes left Clemson and Coach Barnes left Texas, both of those programs didn't go on probation. Clemson's program went into the shithole when he left, but they did not go into probation. So there's that too.
Now, who did Clemson hire after him?
Fucking Larry Shyatt. Larry Shyatt.
What a wet fart.
See now, Jackpot, you're making me mad. They hired him from Wyoming. We're an ACC school. Let's go get a fucking coach from Wyoming. God, they were terrible.
Speaking of that, Mr. Boogie says, I said this last night on the live show. I don't even remember. I said, like Jackpot said last night, Kentucky has a big boy attitude with a JV squad.
Yeah. I gotta start watching some of these live streams you do on game nights. I'm normally working, but some of these things are really good.
They had some bowl projections out here on ESPN. A couple of their writers come up with bowl like every bowl. Each one of them had their projection for that bowl listed, and there was some bowl that's held at the same stadium where they have the Fiesta Bowl at the University of Phoenix Stadium or whatever. Well, it hosts another bowl, like a lower level bowl, and both of them, their projection was Maryland versus West Virginia in this bowl. What the fuck? I mean, I know that they have conference tie-ins to these things, right? I know this. Why would you even entertain the idea of matching up two teams that already played each other? And I don't know how far Morgantown, West Virginia is from College Park, Maryland. I'd say it's 2 to 3 hours driving wise. Why would both those teams travel across 2 time zones to Phoenix, Arizona to play each other in a fucking bowl game? That's ridiculous.
I don't know. The Tony the Tiger Bowl is what it's called. Seriously, that's not a joke.
Skip 714 says Clemson should bring back Cliff Ellis. Is he?
He's at Coastal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's at Coastal. Yeah.
South Carolina plays them this year.
Yeah, but
probably lose. Knowing Frank Martin.
Why do you like Frank Martin's a good coach there, Jackpot? I like Frank Martin.
Well, his team last year blew ass.
Well, I did blow ass, but I think they're going to be better this year. I really do. I think that they're going to be. I think the Gamecocks are going to be a fringe tournament team.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, the team. I mean, I saw a team picture the other day. I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? And they lost like 6 or 7 players to the transfer portal. They brought in like 6 or 7 players from the transfer portal. You'll see. I mean, if they can all, I mean, can they bond cohesively, all of them in one season? I don't know. I don't know.
803-470-2905. Final call for calls this evening here on Halloween.
Billy Cole said Calipari left UMass on probation. Every school he's left been on probation. Yeah, he was. He was at UMass, wasn't he? That was he
was at UMass.
What was that? Marcus Camby was up there. Right? Look, OU 7 Nats. This is a comment of the night. Oh, the SEC, the land of the inbred trailer dwellers. Well, motherfucker, you fixing to be one of them?
Yeah, I didn't see that comment.
Well, that was just a real. Well, it was held for review, and I just approved it. I'm like, well, if that ain't the ultimate foot in the damn mouth moment, I don't know what is.
Yeah, you're begging to go to that conference, so it's gonna be funny though when Texas and Oklahoma go into that thing thinking that they're gonna be able to just swing their dicks around and fucking
Oklahoma's gonna have some problems if they can't play defense. Competing in the big.
Yeah, I'm talking about just in general. It's like they're gonna be trying to swing their dicks around, and everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" You go over there and sit with Vanderbilt, and we'll fucking talk to you shortly. The games for this week. Hold on, I've got the games for this week. We'll give these and we'll get out of here. The games are Tennessee at Kentucky, Mizzou at UGA, Florida at South Carolina, Clemson at Louisville, LSU at Alabama, Auburn at Texas A&M, Liberty, the return of Hugh Freeze to Ole Miss. Jackpot picked these games, by the way. Wake at North Carolina, Oklahoma State at West Virginia, Army at Air Force. I like it.
That game is actually being played. I had to look it up in Arlington, because it starts at 11:30 a.m. So I was like, that's kind of weird. So I looked up. See, it's being played in Arlington, Texas, but they're not playing it at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. They're playing it at the Texas Rangers ballpark, which is weird. And I didn't know they opened a new baseball park there last year. So that one, the ballpark at Arlington or whatever it was called, remember the one that was there? Or they built a new one called Globe Life Field or something. It's really nice. And I just looked it up. And there's a YouTube video about it, and it's like 2 minutes long. And I watched it. They actually have a fucking pitcher's mound that has like this hydraulic thing underneath it that just takes the pitcher's mound down into the ground. So you cover it up with whatever when you're going to thaw. But it's got the whole retractable roof thing and all that. And I actually got on Google Earth and looked this thing up just because I'm weird and I like to look at shit like that. So in Arlington, like everything is right there together. Like the Jerry World Stadium is over here. And then the Globe Life thing is like over here. And then like the old Rangers ballpark, the ballpark at Arlington or whatever, is over here.
Right.
So, yeah.
So Army at Air Force, very good. And for those waiting for the Kale Hall special, Jesus, Kale, every week it gets shittier and shittier.
Hey, this is a good quality Conference USA matchup.
Motherfucker. Old Dominion at FIU. Old Dominion at FIU. Fuck my face.
Bible Belt Beauty said, "How's the parking at ECU?"
That's a throwback. He's been listening for a while.
Weird. Yeah, they have regular lots there, but I parked in some lady's front yard, so for $20.
I thought you never mind.
What?
I thought you just went up there and made the lady happy. Gave her a little of that jackpot charm, and she let you park for free.
Well, I tried to turn on some charms. She said, if you keep doing that, it's going to be $30. And I was like, okay, I'll take the 20. Shut up.
I'll shut up and give you my $20. Jerome says, hell of a deal. All right. Well, anyway, it's been fun, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. We'll be back at it on Wednesday. Tomorrow, I'll be doing Overreaction Monday. I'm sure Hollywood, the Florida fan, will be calling. He will not shut the fuck up ever. I'm sure he'll be talking about, I don't know, something, I'm interested to hear what his response will be. So
something insane. Poor fella.
Hey, he talks like he's got marbles in his mouth. So poor guy. All right. With that, I'm going to go watch the end of the Braves game. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you later on.
Peace.